Let me begin by saying I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I'm grateful to be here today for a variety of reasons. Number one, I got to hear my man Wando speak. Give Juan a round of applause. Number two, I believe I'm in the midst of some of the most incredible students in the world. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. And then number three, I got to work with an incredible leadership team, Darian and the wonderful staff, all the student leaders. Can we give them a big round of applause one more time? Now, as we get started, I want to make you aware of something. Normally when a speaker gets up to talk, they say, tone your phones. I want you to turn your phones on, and I want you to join me in what I call the social media challenge. Say the social media challenge. Throughout my presentation, you're going to get some wisdom, you're going to get some truth, you're going to get some insight that is not only valuable for you, but it's going to be valuable for someone else. And because I want to spread the word, because I want to make an impact in the world, because I want you to make an impact in the world, if I say something powerful throughout my presentation, you can take a picture, put me on Instagram, or you can tweet me at VisionXY, and all I ask you to do is include me. Someone say, include the speaker. At VisionXY. And the person that does the most tweets, the most Instagrams, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home later this week, and I'm going to look on my Twitter, I'm going to look on my Instagram, and whoever tweets the most, whoever Instagrams the most, what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you with a free copy of one of my newest books entitled 40 Questions Before You Say I Do. Say 40 questions before you say I do. So that's what we're going to do. And again, I was just in Texas. They had like 50 tweets and 50 Instagrams. And to tell me if Akron's better, say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you're going to show me you're better than Charleston State University, let's break the record. Let's go above 50. If you're with me, say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Give yourselves a round of applause for being awesome. Last thing I want to do before we get started, anytime I do a presentation, I always begin with what I call a positive affirmation experience. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to stand on our feet and we're going to say words out loud. Now again, there's 4 reasons why I do it. The first reason why I do it is because I'm a believer in the power of words. Someone say words. I believe that if you say I am great, you will become awesome. Second reason why I do it, it's fun. Third reason why I do it, it sets a positive environment. But the most important reason why I do it is because when you walk out of here, I want you to know not only are you destined for success, not only are you valuable, but you are definitely one of America's next top leaders. If you agree, say, oh yeah. We're going to get started. Stand on your feet, and we're going to get ready to do this positive affirmation experience. 4,000 strong. If you hear me in the back, say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, so you're going to repeat after me. You're going to repeat after me. So here we go. Say today. That was weak. Let's get stronger. Say today. I am destined for success. I look good. I'm dressed wonderful. And I'm highly intelligent. I believe that I am destined to make an impact in my community, my nation, and my world. I want my haters. I want my naysayers. I want my doubters to know that I will go above and way beyond these small challenges in my life. I believe right now, someone, somewhere, I don't even know, has already determined to do something incredible in my life. I believe someone, somewhere, I don't even know, has already determined to give me the financial opportunity of a lifetime. I am great. I am incredible. I go to the best university. And I am destined for success and significance in the 21st century. I'm ready change my community, my campus, my nation, and my world. On your way down, give someone a high five, and you may be seated. Yeah. Yeah. Music. Give yourself a big round of applause. I play music throughout my presentation, so tell someone, embrace the music. That was kind of weak. Say, embrace the music. Turn down a little bit, that'd be good. Turn me down a little bit, thank you. I want to begin with the story. It was literally about 2 years ago that I had a speaking engagement in Miami, Florida. And if anyone's ever been to Miami, you know it gets sunny, it's hot, and everybody looks good. I mean, they just look good. So, you know, I'm in Miami, I'm like, I gotta look good. So I'm about to go to the gym. So I get up early in the morning, and I'm on my way to 24-hour fitness. Anyone go to 24-hour fitness, by the way? Any 24-hour fitness fans? None in here, okay. There we go in the back, thank you. I'm on my way to 24-hour fitness, and I get in the car, and I turn on the radio at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm already tired. I'm like, man, I'm gonna push, I'm gonna work it out, I'm gonna hit the jumping jacks, I'm gonna, do the push-ups, and I'm gonna run, and I get in the car, and I turn the radio on, and this woman comes on, she says, hello, Miami, and I'm like, hello? And she says, I got a special message for you today. And I'm like, wow, is something happening? A special message at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you're passionate, and quite frankly, you just woke me up. She said, I have a special message. And I sit there intently and begin to listen to what she's saying, just like you. And she says, I want you to know, if you're in a relationship today, and the person is controlling, the person always blames you for everything, the person is double-minded, the person has anger issues. If you're with someone that's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or the Inspector Gadget, if you're with someone that never admits their faults, that always tries to put you down, always tries to tell you how you'll never amount to nothing, but yet they say they love you. If you're with someone that wants to have your phone records, wants your Facebook password, your Instagram password, and even wants your Twitter password, she said, get out as quick as you can. She said, if that's you, if I was you, I would get out. I would run the 100-meter dash and get out as quick as possible. She said the reason is, and she said there was a rise in sexual assault and domestic violence and unhealthy relationships in South Florida. And she said it was amongst young women and young men. And she said these were the signs and these were the behaviors of someone that acts this way. And she said, listen, I took this moment today to express to you and to tell you about the behaviors, because I don't want you to end up like some of the women and men here in South Florida. And I gotta be honest with you, this was a powerful moment for me, because I remember when I was in love, and there was this particular woman that I thought I was gonna be with for the rest of my entire life. I mean, she had all the qualities in the world. I was like, man, it's going down. Let's get the wedding, let's get the ring, booyah. This is it. For the rest of my life, we're gonna be together. We're gonna be like the Brady Bunch. We're gonna be like the Cosbys back in the day. We're gonna have a good family. I get in this marriage, and it was amazing to me, because after about 6 months to a year, I tried to ask myself, what did I just marry? Because I began to see the behaviors and the signs of an unhealthy, unproductive, and horrific relationship. I dealt with control. I dealt with emotional abuse. I dealt with physical abuse. And because I believe that you should never hit a woman, I never touched her. And I mean, let me tell you, she would be in my face, talking mess, even tried to hit me a couple times. I just hold her back, chill out, calm down. And I'll never forget, I thought that we could work through it. And I always believed that I was never gonna get divorced because I was a speaker. I talked about relationships. I had an image. I wanted to have a positive image. I wanted to protect the person that I told people I was in love with. But ultimately, I had to get divorced. I had to get divorced because I realized you can't be with someone that emotionally abuses you. You can't be with someone that physically abuses you. You can't be with someone that verbally abuses you. I know I'm 6'2", I'm big, why don't you just, you big, you strong, I get it. But ladies and gentlemen, no matter how strong you are, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how good you look, if you stay in a contaminated, negative, unproductive, unfruitful, crazy relationship, it will affect your life. Les Brown says, and I quote, he says, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. A predicate on where you'll be in the next 5, 10, 15 plus years is dependent on the people that you surround yourself with. And if you surround yourself with a contaminated person, if you surround yourself with a contaminated friend, if you dare to try to work a relationship out when you know you need to get out, you better get out as quick as you can, because at some point they may not touch you, they may not do nothing to you, but the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse, the stress and the pain of enduring a horrific and a bad relationship can literally affect your life. That's where I was. And I'm so convinced there's some people in here in that same position. There's some people that understand exactly what I'm going through. You may have never been through it, but you may know someone that has. Maybe you were in a family where you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And it's a horrific feeling. It's not fun by any means of the imagination. I'm not in prison, but I felt like I was in prison. Felt like I was in jail. Didn't know what to do. But luckily, I got out. Not only did I get out, but I overcame the challenges. I overcame the emotional abuse. I overcame the verbal abuse. I overcame all the challenges, the stress, the failures, the fears, and all the difficulty that was in me in order to get out. And once I got out, I got a girlfriend. So I want to tell someone today, you're like, there ain't no one else out there. It's comfortable. No, it's not. Be uncomfortable for a season, and once you get rid of the garbage, the true gold and gem will come. So I got a girlfriend. I got a woman who's completely different in so many different ways. But not only did I do that, I wrote a book, 40 Questions Before You Say I Do. Why? I wrote the book because I wanted to help people avoid toxic relationships. I wanted to help people engage in a healthy, productive, and fruitful relationship. I want to help people because you know what I discovered? I discovered that the reason I was in the position that I was in was because I was unprepared. Someone say unprepared. I was unprepared. I was in love. I saw relationships on TV, but I was unprepared. And you know what I tell people? If you're not prepared for a healthy relationship, if you don't know what to do to engage in a healthy relationship, if you're not aware of the signs and the things to look for in order to create a healthy relationship, guess what? There's a chance you may experience it. So I'm here today on a mission. Someone say a mission. I'm on a mission. I'm on, as Juan said, I'm on purpose today. Because I'm here today to help you to find the right partner. I'm here today to help you to avoid a toxic relationship. I'm here today, and I'm gonna give you 5 concepts that's gonna help you to create a healthy relationship. By the time I walk out of here today, you're gonna get some information that's gonna allow you to know what to say no to and what to say yes to. Because the reality is this, you're engaging in your collegiate experience. You're getting ready to start school. And for some of the men, you're gonna see some fine women. And for some of the women, you're gonna see some fine men. And for some of the relationship partners, you're going to see some fine relationship partners. But if you're going to engage in a productive, a healthy, and a long-lasting, fruitful, engaging, and incredible relationship, you're going to have to consider 5 things. Someone say consider. 5 things. Someone say consider. 5 things. So these next 40 minutes, what I'm going to do is, as best as I can, I'm going to share with you 5 things to consider. If you're ready, say, I'm ready. If you're ready, say, I'm ready. If you're ready, give someone a high five and say, let's get it on, let's get it on, let's get it on. Like Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. Good moment to get the music. Let's get it on. Here we go. First thing you got to ask yourself. First thing you got to ask yourself when you engage in a serious relationship, you got to ask the question, does the person have character? Say character. What is character? Character is when a person not only has morals and values, but they have an ability to serve, to engage, and to come together and develop a healthy relationship. When we deal with character, not only do we deal with values and morals, but you have an ability to be an incredible boyfriend. You have an ability to be an incredible girlfriend. You have an ability to create a healthy and productive relationship. In essence, women, if you're looking for a man, make sure the man is polite. Make sure the man is respectful. Make sure the man has vision. Make sure the man is compassionate. Make sure the man is respectful. Make sure the man treats you like a lady. Make sure the man does the things that a man should do for a woman. And by the way, when you go on the first date, if he's a true man, he'll pay for the first date. Women say, be like a man. And men, when you look for a woman, make sure that woman's respectful. Make sure that woman's polite. Make sure that woman's classy. Make sure that woman's intelligent. Make sure that woman's supportive. Make sure that woman's compassionate. Make sure that woman is not just a dime in the rough because of the outer beauty, but make sure she's a dime in the rough because of the inner beauty. Someone say, oh yeah. This is character. This is what we're looking for. This is what I'm evaluating. Before I engage in a serious romantic relationship, I want to know, do you have character? Why? The reason I want to know if you have character is because character leads to sustainability. Character leads to productive relationships. Character is the foundational piece of a healthy and a productive relationship. And most importantly, if you don't have character, the entire relationship will be tainted. In essence, they can look beautiful, they can have their nails done, they can have their hair cut, they can have their hair done, they can have the muscles, they can be intelligent, they can be popular, they can look good, they can have a nice job, they can have a nice car, they can have a nice house, they can be part of an amazing organization. But guess what? If they ugly on the inside, because they're a liar. If they're ugly on the inside, they don't know how to respect you. If they're ugly on the inside because they don't know how to treat you like a human being. If they're ugly on the inside and they're always putting you down, guess what? You gotta do like they do with the popular song, deuces. Got a deuce. Get him deuces. That's why. Howard Schultz says, and I quote, without character, nothing else matters. He understands success in life or relationships is a matter of character. Say character. Character. Say character. He said, if you don't have character, nothing else matters. If you're not respectful, if you're not honest, if you're not trustworthy, if you don't respect me, if you don't know how to be a man, be a woman, or a relationship partner, someone say, get out. As quick as you can. Ashton Kutcher says this. He says, sexy is intelligence, thoughtfulness, and generosity. Wait a minute. He says, sexy is not the beauty, sexy's on the inside. If you're intelligent, tell someone, I'm sexy. Oh, that was weak. If you're intelligent, tell someone, I'm sexy. If you're thoughtful, tell someone, I'm sexy. And if you're intelligent, tell him, I'm hella sexy. That's what he said. He said, that's sexy. He said, that's sexy. Why? He said it's sexy because he's matured and he's understood that beautiful women are a dime a dozen. But a woman with virtue, a woman with character, a man of honor, a man of value, a man of respect, a man of standard, a man of vision, a man that has a J-O-B, they are a man to take notice of. Someone say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give you a story. This is a chaplain, Senator Chaplain Barry Black. He is the chaplain for the U.S. Senate. When he was younger, he was a very intelligent man. He was so intelligent that he got a scholarship, I believe, to Princeton or to Harvard. And one spring break, during spring break and during the summer, he used to be a preacher. So he was serving in office, going to school, but he was also a preacher. And one particular summer during spring break, someone say spring break, this woman invites him to come visit her and spend the spring break with her. And she is actually in the South, and she has this nice apartment. There's the beach and all this wonderful thing going on during spring break. And because he liked her, he decided he was gonna go. So he goes to this location, and she says, I got news for you. He says, what's the news? The news is my sister's out of town, and we only have a one bedroom. Therefore, we're probably gonna have to share the same bed. You fill in the blanks. And so they're there. And because he's a preacher, he had a set of morals and values. There was a certain picture of what a great man was. And so he says, I will not defy his God. I will not defy his God. That's what he's saying. So because of his relationship, because he was growing up in church, because he actually believed what he actually told people to do, he decided that he was gonna sleep in the bathtub. So for 7 days, he's in the bathtub with the pillow on his head saying, I will not defy, I will not defy, I will not defy. At the end of the 7 days, he leaves. The woman cuts him off, doesn't want to have nothing to do with him. Why? Because he would not sleep in the bed with her. Let me take a moment right now. Women, if a man will not be with you, if you're unwilling to have sex, let him go as quick as possible. Because a true man will allow you to wait until you get married. And men, if a woman says that she's unwilling to be with you, if you're unwilling to sleep with her and you have that moral and that conviction, let her go. I promise you a better one will come. Just want to tell you that. So what he does is she goes. And so what he does is he goes to school and he's getting promoted. He graduates and he's doing really, really, really well because he's a man of character. Key point break. Character brings promotion. Character brings success. Character brings elevation. Character brings impact. This man is succeeding because he was a man of character. Someone say character. And so what happens now is 20 years later, his career is off the charts. He's doing really well, and he goes back to the South to speak. And while he's speaking in the South, watch this, while he's speaking in the South, lo and behold, 20 years later, the woman is in the audience. And the woman is bawling in tears, and she's crying, and she's boo-hooing. She comes to the back to see him. And she says, you have no idea how sorry I am. He says, what are you sorry about? It's okay. Get over it. She says, no, you have no idea how bad I feel. He says, it's okay. She says, no, you have no idea. He says, okay, tell me why. She says, the reason that I wanted you to come visit me 20 years ago is because I had just got pregnant and I wanted you to have sex with me so that I could say you were the father of a child because the man I slept with was not good. She tried to set this man up to have a child that wasn't even his. Watch now. if the man does not have character, if the man does not have the right morals and values, guess what? He's in a whole lot of trouble. But because he had the right character, he had the right morals and values, he didn't even know what was going on, but his values and his morals protected him from danger. Oh, someone say hot point. Say hot point. That was weak. Say hot point. Listen, this is so powerful. The right morals and values will protect you from negative circumstances. The right morals and values will protect you from people that are trying to hurt you that you don't even know are trying to hurt you. Let me be loud and clear. The right morals and values will protect you from the player that is just trying to do what you know what he wants to do. The right morals and values. And so the lesson that can be learned right off the bat is really simple. If I'm going to engage in a healthy, a productive, and an incredible relationship, and I'm going to avoid the hurt and the bitterness of sexual assault, domestic abuse, or whatever the case may be, then the first thing I must have is I must have what? I must have what? I must have what? I must have what? Give someone a high five and say, look for character. That was kind of weak. Give someone a high five and say, look for character. Awesome. Out loud, say number two. Second thing we got to ask ourselves is, do you share common values? Someone say values. Now again, when we deal with values, let me be really clear. A value is an idea, it's a belief, it's a perspective, it's a philosophy that literally dictates behavior. Most people, actions are based on their value system. If you ever want to know the behavior of any person, all you need to do is identify the values. I'll go so far to say this: your values have a direct impact on your future success. So therefore, if I'm going to have a productive, a healthy relationship, then the first thing that I have to, or the second thing I got to identify is not only do you have character, but do we share common values? Say values. Do we have similar beliefs? Do we have similar perspectives? Do we have similar philosophies? Do we have similar ideas? Why? Because when we share the same values, we establish a strong foundation for the relationship. When we have strong values, we become more stronger as a unit. Here comes the kicker. When we have strong values, there's a greater chance that our future looks bright. Why? Because your future success is absolutely predicated upon the values in which you possess. If you want to be successful in life, you got to make sure that you're living and leading with the right values. If you want to have a successful relationship or a successful marriage per se, you got to make sure that you're leading and engaging with the right values. Values of integrity, values of honesty, values of loyalty, values of respect, values of love, values of commitment. Someone say, oh yeah. Someone say, oh yeah. So if I'm going to create a future that is successful, a productive relationship, an incredible relationship, if I'm going to connect with the right mate, then I got to make sure that that person has the same values as me. If I believe in honesty, they got to believe in honesty. If I believe in integrity, they got to believe in integrity. If I believe in true love, they need to believe in true love. Because if there is any discourse here, it can go wrong. It's why Gandhi said this. Watch what he says. He says, your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits, and your habits become your values. Watch this, notice this, and your values become your what? Your destiny. Wait a minute. He just told us that your values become your destiny. This is a powerful statement. What he's articulating is not only to guard our beliefs, our thoughts, our words, and our actions, but he says our habits and our values determine our destiny. This is a powerful statement. If you want to know how successful your relationship is going to be, ask the question, what are our shared values? If you want to know if this person is the one for you, ask the question, what are our shared values? If you're looking for a faithful individual for a relationship, ask the question, what are your values? What do you think? What do you believe? What do you speak? How do you act? Are you trustworthy? Can people trust you? By the way, sometimes they may lie to you because people put on this camouflage and they lie to you. So what you do is you just sit back and just watch. Because Because my dad said at some point they're going to show their true colors. You just got to sit back and watch sometime. And let me see if you really have values. And then if you see values and you see consistency and you see them doing the right thing and you see them showing integrity and honesty and trustworthiness, okay, let's go a step farther. But before I go a step farther with you, let me chill for a minute and evaluate. Never give your heart to someone so quickly. Because your heart is precious, and your heart is valuable, and your heart matters, and you matter, and your parents know you matter. So therefore, because you matter and because you're valuable, you don't give too soon. You sit back and evaluate. Let's be friends for a moment, not friends with benefit. Let's be friends, and let me evaluate. Let me see what you're about. Let me see some consistency. Let me evaluate your friend, because birds of a feather flock together. So let me see what your friends do. And when I begin to see the values and I see the connection, okay, now I'm going to engage. And when you engage with someone with the right values, all of a sudden your destiny is not horrific, your destiny is not toxic, but your destiny is absolutely incredible. Oh, what a powerful truth in this place today. Give someone a high five and say, I got some truth today. Give them a high five and say, I got some truth today. And just in case you don't want the other one to feel lonely, give another person a high five and say, you got some truth today. You got some truth today. True story. Father-son moment. I was in high school. I was where you were at just a few months ago. I had a girlfriend. I was in love. It was my first love. I said, man, this is the girl of my dreams. Y'all know how it is. She was a cheerleader. I was a basketball star. Everywhere she went, I went. You know, everyone was like, oh, look at them, look at them. Kiss, kiss, kiss. We was cool. She went on a vacation. Word got out that she was messing with somebody else. I said, no, not the one that I dreamed of. Not the one I was going to be with for the rest of my entire life. I said, no, she's been messing with someone else. So we had this conversation, and lo and behold, she tried to lie. You know, cheaters always try to lie. So she lied and lied and lied, but the facts came out. Someone said the facts came out. I was devastated. I was hurt. I walked the beach and I was crying. Yeah, men do cry. And I was hurt because I really thought she was someone special in my life. I came home, I said, Dad, I'm hurt. He said, why are you hurt, son? The woman cheated on me. He said, okay, that happens. I said, Dad, you don't understand. I love this woman. This is my first sweetheart right here. This is the girl I went to the prom with. She said, nah. He said, no, it's okay, it happens. She said, sit down, son. I said, okay, Pops, I'm gonna sit down real quick. So I took a seat right here like I'm gonna sit by these gentlemen. And I sat down. How you doing today? Good to see you, Chris. And I sat down, and my father said, let me tell you a story. I said, okay, Pops, what's the story? He said, there used to be a man by the name of Solomon. I said, oh, Solomon, okay, Solomon, I remember church, Solomon, yeah. He said, he had a wife by the name of Bathsheba. I said, Bathsheba? He said, yeah. Oh man, that was crazy. I remember that story back in Sunday school. That was a crazy story. He said, I know it's crazy, but let me show you something. He said she was writing to her son. And in the writing, she said, there's this story about the virtuous wife. She said, the virtuous wife? What's the virtuous wife? Oh, he said, it says this woman right here is far above rubies. Said this woman right here, she's off the charts. I mean, she's just no doubt this woman's off the hook. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, the only thing about this woman is she's hard to find. Wait. Why is she hard to find? She's hard to find because you don't find her based on her beauty. I said, what? No, you don't find her based on her beauty, son. You find her based on her values and the inner beauty on the inside. I said, no way. He said, yeah, check it out. You can safely trust her. Oh man, can I trust her? I just been cheated on. I can trust her? Yeah. She does you good all the days of your life. Wait, Pops, wait a minute. All the days of my life. Wait a minute, because I'm gonna get on her nerves sometimes. She's gonna probably wanna cuss me out and da-da-da-da. He said, no. She's so incredible. Even when she gets mad at you, she does good for you. Oh my goodness. Woo. wow, I can imagine that. Because I know I make some mistake. She's going to still doing good? Yes, she is. Okay, Pastor, I'm listening. He said, let me tell you about something else, this girl. She's strong. She's strong? Yeah, she's a strong woman. She's a wise woman. Her kids love her. She's a good mom. She's someone I can bring home to my mom? Yeah. I can introduce to you too? Yeah. Grandma? Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. Okay, come on, keep telling me, Dad. He said, yeah, her kids love her. And you know what else great about her? I said, what else, Dad? What else is great about her is she doesn't just get with anyone. It says she's with the elders or the men of value, the men of great stature. No way. Yeah, she's not what Chris Brown said, these blank ain't loyal. Nah, she ain't that. You'll pick it up another day. She looks for a man of standard. She's dressed fine, and she's classy, and she's an incredible woman. She's so incredible that when she walks in the room, it says beauty has passed away, but this woman is incredible. So you're not even gonna know her by her beauty, you're gonna know her by her virtue. I said, no way, Dad. He said, yes. So he said, don't sweat what you're in. But he said, look at it as a learning lesson. Never select a woman based on their beauty. Always evaluate what they are on the inside, because what's on the inside will ultimately determine the future and the success of your relationship. At that point, ladies and gentlemen, I learned a powerful lesson. I learned the most incredible woman that's described, and one of the most popular books in the entire world was described not by her beauty, but by the virtue, by the character, and the values on the inside. What does this tell me? It tells me that if I'm going to get in a healthy relationship, if I'm going to get in a productive relationship, if I'm going to choose the right male-female relationship partner, then the first thing I got to evaluate is I got to evaluate their value, because their values is what matters at the end of the day. The values is what makes the difference. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you get on this college campus, as you engage in your discussions, as you go on the dates, as you get closer to boyfriend, girlfriend, if you go online, whatever the case may be, remember this story today. My father-dad moment, we had a moment, and he identified to me that if you're going to find an incredible woman, understand she's going to have high standards. Number 2, you're going to have to treat her like a lady. Number 3, you're going to have to respect her. But say number 4. You're going to have to understand what makes her beautiful is her values. So I want to tell all the men and all the women in here today, you want a productive relationship? Get your values right. You want a productive relationship? Get your values right. And you know, there's always someone in the audience that's like, oh yeah, whatever, da, 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 da. They don't want to listen to you. Yeah, whatever. That's okay. You don't got to listen to me. In 5 years, when you're hurt, you're sad, you're broken, and you're in that bad spot, remember this guy came up here and told you values. Someone say values. Someone say values. Someone say values. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got about 15 minutes left. I gotta go. Give someone a high five, say, let's go. Say, let's go. Normally I have questions, so I'm gonna take one question. You have 1 minute. Anybody have a relationship question? You got a question that you wanna ask me? You have 1 minute, going once, going twice. So, someone say so. I'm moving on. The third thing you gotta ask yourself is, are we compatible? Say compatible. Someone say compatible. Very important word. When we deal with compatibility, the next question you gotta ask yourself is, do we complement each other? Do we get along? Do I like being with the person? Here comes the kicker. And do they satisfy me spiritually, physically, emotionally, intellectually, and socially? Say physically, intellectually, socially, emotionally, and spiritually. A compatible relationship is when you are satisfied with this person in all these areas. You're not dating potential, you're dating reality. I'll say it again. You're not dating potential, you're dating reality. Too many people are trying to change people when you can't change nobody. My father once told me, he said, a leopard doesn't change his spots. Same is true with the male or a female. They ain't gonna change unless they want to change, so stop trying to make them change. And the reason you want to be in a compatible relationship is because when you're in a compatible relationship, not only is it a foundation for a healthy and productive relationship, but you avoid loneliness. You avoid constant arguing. You avoid feeling lonely and feeling unloved. You avoid the irritation of being with someone that's never going to change. You avoid the pain to endure something that you know is not right. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're in an incompatible relationship, you know you're in one because you don't feel good about it at all. You know it's not right. It doesn't feel right. It feels like you're carrying 10,000 pounds of sand on the beach because they weigh you down and stress you out that much. That's why my friend Frank says, and I quote, he said, I'd rather be single than settle for less, because when I settle for less, I feel like I'm single. I would rather be single than settle for less, because when I settle for less, I feel single. What is he saying? He's saying that it's more beneficial to be lonely, to be single, not to be able to hug someone, not to be able to kiss someone, not to be with someone on Christmas, on Valentine's Day, on Thanksgiving, than it is to be in a contaminated and unhealthy relationship, because there's a great burden of settling for less. So when you get on campus, or you get in a situation, you start feeling lonely, you just want someone to hug you, you just want someone to kiss you, you want to hold hands with someone, you want to say someone's your girl, someone's your relationship partner, someone's your man. When you get to that point, don't settle for less. Don't let friends with benefits come into the door. Don't let your past knock on the door. Don't let that guy that did you wrong send you an email. Don't let those roses from the person that cheated on you 3 or 4 times try to get back in the picture. You sit there and you just chill. Because if you settle for less for the short-term comfort, you will destroy the future long-term success that awaits you. So tell someone, don't settle. Say, don't settle. Say, don't settle. Anybody ever seen the movie Why'd I Get Married? Why'd I Get Married? You guys know the story. You have Jill Scott. Jill Scott's in the movie. And she's with this horrific boyfriend relationship partner. I mean, he's dogging her. He's telling her how bad she is, how fat she is, how ugly she is. He's taking another woman on a trip with them. He's sleeping with the other woman, although the woman knows who his wife is. I mean, it's just off the chain. She finally finds out, and she gets out the relationship. And she's hurt. She feels bad. There's maybe someone in here today. No, there is someone in here today. There's someone in here today, I know you're in here, got the gift. The gift's on me. You're in here today, you're in a bad relationship. You know dang well you need to get out as quick as you can. And you were looking for a sign, here goes your sign. Your sign today is get out as quick as you can. Because if you stay in it long enough, the hurt is going to get worse. Tell the person, get out. Say, get out. Say, get out. Say, get out. Get out as quick as you can, because watch this. The woman in the movie gets out the relationship. Just a few weeks later, she meets somebody else. And this man treats her like she's supposed to be treated. He loves her. He cares for her. He protects her. He takes care of her. He builds her up. And she treats him the same way. She loves him. She cares for him. And months later, she shows up at a ball, and there's the old guy and there's a new guy. And the old guy says, my goodness, what happened? And I don't know if they said in the movie, but she was like, I got someone new. And when you're with the right person, he makes you look better. And when you're with the right woman, she makes you feel better. And literally, there's a powerful truth here. The powerful truth is because she was in a compatible and a healthy and productive relationship, she looked, felt, and was better. One of the signs of a healthy, productive, and healthy relationship is you feel better. Someone say you feel better. You feel better. They make you better. They strengthen you. So the key point in the lesson, because I only have about 10 minutes, the key point in the lesson is really simple. If you're going to engage in a healthy, productive, and fruitful relationship, number one, you got to make sure that you're compatible. Someone say compatible. I get along with you. I like being with you. Where we have peace in the relationship. And then I'm satisfied spiritually, physically, emotionally, socially, and intellectually. Someone say, oh yeah. Number four, the fourth thing about yourself is, do you have effective what? Effective what? Communication. Do you have effective communication? What is effective communication? Effective communication is when, number one, you understand the person. Number two, you guys know how to deal with conflict. Number three, you know how to meet their needs. Number four, you really know who they are, not just a surface level. You have intimate conversations where you really know who they are. And then number five, you know how to love them. Someone say love them. You know how to love them. Effective communication is when you are in a relationship, number one, where you understand them, you know their actions, you know their being, you know why they do what they do. Number two, you know how to have peaceable arguments, peaceable discussions about conflict. Number 3, you know how to love them. You know what their needs are. And then number 4, you know them because you actually have serious conversations with them. You actually get to know them. You actually know more than what they look on the outside, but you know who they are. You know their being. You know their soul. Someone say their soul. You know who they are. Why is this important? It's important because communication is the foundation of a healthy, productive relationship. But most importantly, if you do not have effective communication in the relationship, you will have people that are in a relationship where they're always arguing, they're always putting each other down, they're always saying negative words. You'll have people that don't understand each other. The woman will say one thing, the man will say, I don't know what she's saying. The man will say, I don't know what he's doing, because you don't understand each other. You don't understand their makeup. You won't know how to love them because everyone is wired to be loved a certain way, and because you've never had communication with them, you think you're loving them, but you're actually not loving them. You won't know how to respond to their behaviors because a lot of behaviors are based on internal issues, and if you don't get to the root of the behavior, you'll never figure out how to deal with the behavior. And so sometimes when someone acts a certain way or does a certain thing, it's because there's something on the inside that hasn't been dealt with. Susan Taylor from Essence used to say, hurt people hurt people. The reason someone is hurting someone else is because they have not been healed from a past hurt in their life. But if we don't communicate and we don't have discussions and I don't understand this, I'm never going to be able to dig deep and understand the things that I need to understand in order to communicate effectively with my significant other. In essence, when we don't have communication, I don't know how to respond in action. I don't know how to respond in love. I don't know how to respond in my behavior. I don't know how to respond to certain things because I really don't know you. So if we're going to have an effective relationship, if we're going to have a healthy relationship, then we got to have effective communication. Why? Because John Gottman, he is one of the most profound marriage therapists in the world, and he says he can predict with an accuracy of 85% whether or not a newlywed couple is going to get divorced or not in a matter of 3 minutes. Someone say 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, he can predict whether or not you're going to get divorced. Question, how does he know? He knows because all he does is put you in a room and brings up a hostile argument, and he said the way you communicate in a hostile environment will tell me whether or not you're going to make it or not. So if we can't communicate effectively and pressure in challenges in a hostile environment, then guess what? It's not going to work. Which is why Dr. Gary Chapman says you cannot rely on the tongue to make your spouse feel your expression of love. Because true love is communicated through knowing the love language of your partner. What is the love language? The love language is given in this book called The 5 Love Languages. The doctor says that we have 5 love languages. Someone say 5. There's 5. One love language is affirmation. One is quality time. One is gifts. One is acts of service, and then one is physical touch. He said everyone is wired to feel loved a certain way. He said if you do not love the person the way that they have been wired to be loved, you will think that you're loving them and they won't feel loved. So if you're in a relationship and they say, I feel unloved, I feel you don't love me. Wait a minute. I tell you that I love you. I hold your hand. I kiss you. I hug you. Man, I'm even buying you flowers all the time. You don't feel loved? No. Why? Because this particular person's love language is quality time. They consider love when you are with them. They consider love when you're spending time with them. That's their love language. And so the thing is, you can do all this wonderful stuff, but if you don't have quality time, they're not going to feel loved because that's their love language. And if you are ignorant or you don't understand the love language of your partner, then what begins to happen is you think you're loving them, but you're not loving them because you haven't communicated your love language. And there are many relationships that are toxic. There are many relationships that are unfruitful. There are many relationships that are unproductive, not only because they lack effective communication, but because they don't understand the love language. So if I was you, not only would I have to make sure I have character, not only would I make sure that we have common values, not only would I make sure that we're compatible, but I want to make sure we have effective communication. And a good place to start is to go by the book. Someone said the 5 love languages. And begin to figure out what your love language is so you can communicate how you like to be loved and figure out what their love language is so you can tell them so you can love them the way they want to be loved. And by By the way, you can go online and take a test. It takes 5 minutes, and you can find your love language out today. Someone say today. So if you don't know what your love language is, go on google.com and say 5 love languages quiz. Take the test. You'll know what your love language is. You may be able to help your friend. You may be able to help your sister. Maybe it'll help your parents. I don't know who the case is, but help someone find love language. Say love language. It's communication, ladies and gentlemen. We got to be able to communicate. I got to be able to talk to you. I got to know who you are. Last thing, I got 5 minutes. Someone say 5 minutes. If you're having a good time, raise your hand. If you're learning something, raise your hand. If you've been empowered, keep your hand up. And if you feel you're going to have a healthy relationship, say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Last concept, here we go. Last thing you got to do is you got to say, are you committed to? Shh. Listen, the last concept, the most powerful concept in my last 5 minutes is, are you committed to love? What is love? We cannot be committed to love unless we first understand what love is. Listen up, listen clearly. Listen clearly. Love is not a feeling, and love is not an emotion. The true essence of love is when an individual makes the commitment that I'm going to do good to my partner despite how I feel. You are acting in love when you make up in your mind that despite what your partner does, despite how you feel, you're still going to love them. In essence, when they get on your last nerves and do something that hurts you, if you're committed to love, you're going to forgive them. Do you always feel like forgiving? Heck no. But because I love you, I choose to forgive you, although I don't feel like it. If you're truly committed, someone's going to get on your nerves. They're going to make you frustrated. They're going to make you irritated. They're going to have some pet peeves. You may come to a house and it's just dirty. I can't deal with dirtiness. They may not wash the dishes. I can't deal with dishes not being washed. I don't know what the case. They may have some crap on the toilet. I don't know. I can't deal with this. If you love them, you'll be patient, because love is patient. And patience is not predicated on what you do. Patience is predicated on my love for you. Therefore, although I don't feel like loving you, I'm going to love you. Love says this: although you did something to hurt me, I still want the best for you. That's a tough concept, because when someone didn't want to do good to me, I'm still going to love you. Someone say love. I treat people kind no matter what, because I'm committed to love. Say love. God, that's good. Committed to love. You need this. You don't do nothing. You don't clean the dishes. You don't pick up the clothes. You don't call me in the morning. You don't text me. But I'm still going to make sacrifices for you because I love you. Love makes sacrifices despite how they feel. That's love. Love says, I'm going to do good to you no matter what you do to me and how I feel about the situation. Why is this important? It's important because when you study love, the power of love has never been in the emotion. The power of love has always been in the choice to do good despite how I feel. And when you make up in your mind, as a husband, as a wife, as a boyfriend, as a girlfriend, as a relationship partner, or if you're dating, that I'm going to commit to love, you're saying that I'm going to do good to you no matter how I feel, and I'm committed to that. And if you do that, I am telling you, there is nothing that can end your relationship. As a matter of fact, you start being committed to love, you'll start seeing stuff happen you've never seen happen before. We talk about the power of love. Black Eyed Peas has a popular song, Where Is the Love? But you know what? We don't experience the power of love in our country like we should. You know why? Because most people have lost what love truly is. But I promise you, if you were to study Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Dr. King, and every other great leader throughout our centuries, you'll find the reason they were so impactful, the reason people loved them, the reason people cared about them was because they had this concept of love. They made up in their mind, despite how I feel, I'm still going to pursue good, I'm still going to do good. And when you have two people in a marriage, in a relationship, that are committed every single day when I wake up, I'm going to love you the best way that I can love you, I am telling you, you will have happiness, you will have joy, you will have fruitfulness, you will have productivity. I mean, you will actually see the power of love. And so I'm on my way out of here. Don't have time for my video. But in recap, the recap is very simple. Someone say recap. Recap. Number one, you gotta have character. Say character. Number 2, you got to have shared values. Say shared values. Number 3, you got to be compatible. Say compatible. Number 4, you got to have effective communication. Say effective communication. And number 5, I got to be committed to love. That was weak. Say committed to love. Lean over to your neighbor. Tell them, I love you. Tell the other person, I love you. And for real, tell yourself, I definitely love myself. Give yourself a big round of applause.